What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman, aka Allfires. Now, it feels like forever since Marvel Studios has had any sort of official announcements, especially for a slate that we know has changed tremendously since the last time we heard about it, which was summer of 2022 at Hall H, and then again months later during D23. Well, obviously, because of what transpired last year with the actors and writers strike, we had no San Diego Comic-Con Hall H, and as I've said many times at the channel, whatever slate they do unveil when we get it this summer is not going to look anything like the one that we've been talking about and for the last couple of years. Well, today we have an enormous update about just that. The next huge presentation for Marvel, they've expanded it with the new announcement for Marvel's D23 that broke this evening. We're going to talk about that, what the dates are and why those are so specifically interesting because of their proximity to San Diego Comic-Con, what this brand new presentation is, and what it all means for huge announcements coming this summer from Marvel Studios live and on stage. But first, if you could grab the subscribe button, we do daily Marvel content at the channel, and that's all we do. Everything from official Easter egg breakdowns, trailers, and reviews to the occasional industry insider report and everything in between. So if that sort of thing's for you, hit the sub button, leave a comment down below. That will automatically enter you to win our ongoing PS5 giveaway, and in fact, we're announcing a brand new winner at the end of this video for Echo's drop last night. Again, all you gotta do, be a sub, leave a comment if you want, stick around to the end of the video, we'll announce a brand new PS5 winner there. Okay, so this broke earlier this evening and directly from the source coming from Walt Disney Company that D23 will be held this year 9th, 10th, and 11th, 2024 in Anaheim, California, and the ticket sales will go on sale in March. Now, alongside this announcement, they also announced that they'd be doing D23 in Brazil. We'll talk about that in just a second. But interestingly enough, San Diego Comic-Con is actually taking place July 25th through 28th this summer, which means if Marvel Studios would look to do their normal Hall H slate presentation, it would only be some 2 weeks before D23. Now, as D23 only takes place every other year, so it wasn't actually a casualty of the actors and writers strike last year, there just wasn't one. The last one we got in 2022 at least came in September, months after Hall H, so it sort of made sense. And for those of you thinking D23's presentation maybe isn't as big or as powerful as Hall H, it was. They brought out a ton of actors and casts. They talked about almost every project and arguably showed way more footage during D23 for upcoming projects. That's where we've gotten the first and only looks at projects like, say, Ironheart that still isn't coming out and for some time. Now, obviously, Hall H has the history that it does of Marvel making huge grand announcements, and I think even though these are so close together, again, just weeks apart, that Marvel Studios will probably still go ahead and do Hall H anyway, and maybe differentiate the two presentations the way they did a couple of years ago, where we really got a lot more focus on the slate and announcing new titles that were way down the road, like Avengers 5 and Avengers 6, where D23 really focused on some of the projects that were right around the corner, and the ones that they were working on. They could do that again, but I have to admit, with them just being weeks apart, it does make me worry a little bit because I was already thinking with the size of D23 a couple of years ago that, man, Marvel Studios could just save all of the big stuff for their own presentations and not have to give up any of the shine to San Diego Comic-Con. History or not, they've been pulling out more years than they've actually been doing them. Yeah, you can blame that on the pandemic, the actor strike, and some other stuff, but when they have their own platform to do it, say every other year like D23, well, we'll have to wait and see. We'll have confirmations of that sooner than later. There won't have to be speculation for too long, but that's why it was important to note that alongside this announcement came the expansion to D23 Brazil, which we know that they're going to try to live up to the hype and make it just as big, which means not only do you have the first one coming weeks after San Diego Comic-Con, but they have two presentations now of their own, one in Anaheim, California, where it normally is, and another one internationally. So fingers crossed these presentations and the amount that they're having this year don't sort of cannibalize each other, that there's enough news to go around and we get 3 huge announcements from them, but just temper your expectations. However, that's only for the number of announcements we're getting. We surely don't need to temper our expectations for the kind of announcements we're getting because there is going to be so much information for them to reveal. Number one, updates for what's going on with Avengers 5 and 6, the new release dates for those films, a title for Avengers 5, and then filling in all of the gaps along the slate leading up to those, which will include new TV shows and new movie titles we've been covering in the rumor mill over the last year. Now, obviously, probably the biggest favorite to get announced is the cast for the Fantastic Four, and like I said, there's a good chance that that's going to leak in the Hollywood trades or make its way around the internet once they start filming, which should happen before San Diego Comic-Con takes place, but this will be their first opportunity to introduce them on stage, and if there is no Hall H, then D23 would be the likely place for that. And honestly, they did a lot more cast presentations and introductions during D23. They announced Captain America 4 during San Diego Comic-Con, but they introduced the cast and confirmed new members during D23, so it could be one of those scenarios as well. And again, guys, I really think the fact that these are 2 weeks apart does not bode well for Hall H, but I don't want to go ahead and just call it now. We'll have to wait for a confirmation of that. You also know they're going to have a ton of first look footage, we assume, for Captain America. Agatha Covenant of Chaos won't be out by then, but Deadpool and Wolverine will have just released, so they won't be showing footage for that. You can guess on Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman probably making their way to Hall H or D23. Either way, because of the proximity of the film's release, we also guess that's going to be a huge success. They'll probably kick it off before the reveals. You can just think that that will be part of the press junket. The film will have just been started and going at that point. It won't have been out for a full month. But then, of course, they're going to release new look trailers. And I think, again, whether it's San Diego Comic-Con or D23, it's a safe bet that's where we're going to get the trailer for Captain America 4. They'll see it there, then they'll release it to the public. They'll probably also put out the trailer for Agatha Covenant of Chaos. Maybe another film, but a lot of the first look trailers and footage they showed weren't ready for the public, and as evidence of this, 2022 San Diego Comic-Con showed the first trailer of footage for Guardians of the Galaxy, but we wouldn't see that publicly released until many months later. And I know that that really makes some of you mad that they go ahead and show these trailers early to only people that were in the room, but just keep in mind they could not show them at all, and they'd rather release them when the CGI is ready. That's really a big part of it, is that the trailers just aren't ready for public release, then put them out and then people have them absolutely pan them because scenes change or the CGI was bad, and they definitely don't want to do that. But guys, let me know all your thoughts down below. Which announcements you are most excited about and what you think is still lurking somewhere secretly at Marvel Studios to be revealed. I am all ears as always. Let me know down in the comments. Now quickly, let's announce a brand new winner and go over the giveaway stuff. Okay, so the brand new winner of the next PS5 giveaway is Joe Thomas III for this comment right here. Congratulations. All you got to do, DM me on Instagram or hit me up on my business email. It's under the About section on my channel. I'll get your account verified and then get it right out to you guys. And it's that simple, super simple to be entered to win for our future giveaways. We've heard that X-Men 97's release could be right around the corner. That's when the next PS5 will be given away. All you got to do to be entered to win, hit the subscribe button, then leave a comment on this video. Because it's truly random, the more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. All winners will be announced at the end of videos, the same way we're doing here. The best way to keep up with the content has always been to hit the notification bell with all notifications turned on. And as always, if you like today's video, I'd appreciate it if you'd hit the like button. My name's Michael Roman. You can find me in a couple of places, Instagram and Twitter at IamFires. You can also find me on Spotify, YouTube, Amazon, Apple, iTunes, wherever you listen to original music under the name Allfires. And while I'd sincerely appreciate you checking my music out, thanks for checking this channel out. Stick around. We'll be posting again real soon.